It's something you may have known all along. Simple, yes, but its power? Your pre-sleep checklist after 60. 5 things to avoid, 5 to embrace. Imagine this. You're lying in bed, the lights are off, but your mind is still buzzing. You want deep, restful sleep, the kind that leaves you refreshed, not groggy. But after 60, it gets trickier, doesn't it? Tonight, I'm going to share with you something powerful, your very own pre-sleep checklist. And here's the best part. By the end of this video, you'll know 5 things you absolutely must avoid before bed, and 5 things you should embrace if you want to wake up with more energy, sharper focus, and a body that feels lighter. You might already know 1 or 2 of them. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world when you do them consistently. Stay with me, because if you watch to the very end, I'll reveal one overlooked but life-changing habit that ties this whole checklist together. Something most people miss, yet it can transform not only your sleep, but your mornings, your memory, and even your mood. This isn't just about sleeping. It's about living better every single day after 60. So if you're ready, let's step into this journey together, one small habit at a time. You'll be surprised how much control you actually have over your nights and how much brighter your days can become. First thing to avoid, caffeine late in the day. Let's start with the first thing to avoid, and it might surprise you how much of an impact it has. Caffeine. Now, you've probably heard people say, don't drink coffee before bed. But here's the thing. After 60, our bodies process caffeine much more slowly than they used to. A cup of coffee at 2 p.m. could still be in your system at 10 p.m., keeping your brain wired even if your eyes feel heavy. And it's not just coffee. Tea, chocolate, and even certain medications can sneak caffeine into your evening routine. The result? You might fall asleep, but your body never reaches those deep restorative cycles. Instead, you toss, you turn, and you wake up feeling like you never really rested at all. If you've been wondering why your sleep feels light and broken, this could be the culprit. So, try cutting off caffeine by noon and notice how your body thanks you with deeper, more satisfying sleep. It may seem small, almost basic, but once you shift this habit, the difference is out of this world. Imagine waking up clear-headed with fewer nighttime bathroom trips and energy that lasts into the afternoon. That's the power of this one step. And trust me, you won't miss that late coffee as much as you'll love the restful nights you gain. Second thing to avoid, heavy late-night meals. The next thing to avoid is heavy late-night meals. Picture this. You enjoy a big dinner, maybe with rich foods, and then head to bed. What happens? Instead of resting, your body is forced into overtime, digesting when it should be repairing and restoring. This means bloating, acid reflux, even chest comfort. And for many over 60, it can trigger heartburn that wakes you up at 1 or 2 in the morning. I know how tempting that late snack can be, especially if you watch TV in the evenings. But here's the truth. When your stomach is busy, your brain can't fully relax. Studies show eating heavy foods within 3 hours of bedtime cuts deep sleep by as much as 40%. And deep sleep is where your brain clears toxins, where your body heals tissues, and where your memory is strengthened. Without it, you're not just tired. You're more forgetful, more sluggish, and less motivated the next day. My suggestion? Keep dinners lighter, add more veggies and lean proteins, and if you need something later, go for a gentle option, like a small piece of fruit or warm herbal tea. You'll be amazed at how your sleep transforms. It's not about starving yourself, it's about giving your body the freedom to focus on true rest. Third thing to avoid, bright screens before bed. Now let's talk about another sleep killer, bright screens before bed. Yes, your TV, your tablet, your phone, those glowing rectangles you love are tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime. The blue light from screens shuts down melatonin, the very hormone your body needs to wind down. Without enough melatonin, you don't just have trouble falling asleep, you also wake up more often during the night. And here's where it gets serious. Poor melatonin production is linked to weaker immune function and even faster cognitive decline as we age. I know, it feels cozy to scroll through pictures or watch one last episode, but your brain is paying the price. Instead, set a screen curfew 1 hour before bed. Replace it with something soothing, a book, gentle music, even a conversation with someone you love. That simple switch can be the difference between staring at the ceiling at midnight and drifting into restful sleep by 10. You might think, but it's just a little screen time. You might even know this already. But here's the truth. When you finally make the change, the results feel incredible, out of this world. Your sleep deepens, your mornings brighten, and suddenly you're not dragging, you're thriving. Fourth thing to avoid, late night worries. Another big one, late night worrying. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You finally get into bed and suddenly your brain decides it's the perfect time to replay every mistake, every bill, every doctor's appointment. It's like your thoughts turn into an endless loop that steals your peace. The truth is, stress and sleep don't mix. When you let your mind spiral, your body floods with stress hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol that keep your heart rate high and your muscles tense. Instead of entering deep, healing sleep, you're stuck in a state of alertness, even if you don't realize it. One trick? Create a worry journal. Before bed, take 5 minutes to write down every concern floating in your head. Don't solve them, just capture them. This tells your brain, I've handled this, I'll come back tomorrow. It's like setting your mind free to rest. If you're watching right now and you've made it this far, I want you to pause and type 1 in the comments below. That's right, just type 1 so I know you're here with me and you're ready to let go of those nighttime worries. Trust me, this one shift can add hours of quality rest to your night. Fifth thing to avoid, overusing alcohol. Now let's tackle the fifth and final thing to avoid, using alcohol as a sleep aid. I know, a glass of wine can feel like it helps you fall asleep faster, but here's the catch. It disrupts your sleep cycles. Alcohol sedates you, yes, but it blocks REM sleep, the stage where your brain organizes memories, balances emotions, and resets your nervous system. Without enough REM, you may technically sleep, but you'll wake up groggy, forgetful, and emotionally drained. And here's something many don't realize. As we age, our tolerance for alcohol changes, and what once was harmless can now increase risks for falls, nighttime confusion, or even interactions with medications. If winding down with a drink has been part of your routine, try swapping it for warm chamomile or peppermint tea. You'll be shocked at how much more refreshed you feel in the morning. This step may feel tough at first, but once you commit, the benefits will surprise you, and your body will thank you with deeper, more restorative rest. First thing to embrace, a wind-down ritual. We've covered the don'ts. Now let's move into the do's, the things you should embrace before bed. The first is creating a nightly ritual. Think of it like a signal to your body that it's time to shift gears. It could be as simple as dimming the lights, brewing tea, reading a chapter of a gentle book, or practicing gratitude. The point isn't the activity, it's the consistency. Your brain loves patterns. When you repeat a ritual night after night, your body begins to anticipate sleep, producing melatonin naturally and helping you fall asleep faster. This is especially powerful after 60, when natural hormone levels decline. Imagine replacing that restless tossing with a calm, predictable routine that leads you gently into rest. It's soothing, grounding, and deeply effective. And here's the best part. Once you build this ritual, you'll notice not only better sleep, but also calmer evenings. Your days won't end in chaos, they'll end in peace. Second thing to embrace, gentle movement before bed. The second thing to embrace is gentle movement before bed. No, not a workout. This isn't the time for push-ups or aerobics, but soft stretches, light yoga, or even a 5-minute walk around the house can work wonders. Movement releases tension in your muscles, improves circulation, and signals to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. For people over 60, this also helps prevent those middle-of-the-night leg cramps or stiffness that can jolt you awake. Picture this. Instead of collapsing into bed stiff and sore, you move gently, breathe deeply, and ease into stillness. That tiny shift can change the way your body feels through the entire night. And here's the beauty. It's free, simple, and only takes a few minutes. Don't underestimate it. You might already know this, and yes, it might sound basic, but when you actually do it, the results? Out of this world. Third thing to embrace, a comfortable sleep environment. Let's move to the third thing to embrace, your environment. Too many people overlook this, but your bedroom should feel like a sanctuary, not a storage room. Start with temperature. Cooler rooms around 65 to 68 degrees are ideal for deep sleep. Add soft bedding that feels good on your skin. Block out light with curtains and silence background noise with a fan or white noise machine. If you share your bed, make sure you both have enough space and comfort. Your rest depends on it. Here's a tip many people miss. Invest in a supportive pillow. Neck pain and poor alignment can ruin your night. When you create a comfortable environment, you're not just decorating, you're sending your body a message. This is a safe place to rest. Imagine how much deeper you'd sleep if your bedroom truly supported your body and calmed your mind. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do. Fourth thing to embrace, relaxing your mind. The fourth thing to embrace is relaxing your mind before sleep. This could be meditation, deep breathing, prayer, or simply practicing gratitude. Even 2 minutes of slow, steady breathing lowers blood pressure, reduces stress hormones, and sets your nervous system into rest and digest mode. I've seen people transform their nights with nothing more than a 5-minute gratitude list, just naming what they're thankful for. It replaces stress with peace, and suddenly the racing thoughts fade away. If you've never tried this, tonight is the perfect time. You might think that sounds too easy, but I promise you the results are extraordinary. Fifth thing to embrace: consistent sleep schedule. The fifth and final thing to embrace is consistency. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even weekends, trains your body like clockwork. Think of it as teaching your brain when to release sleep hormones and when to wake up. This rhythm keeps your circadian system strong, which is critical after 60. Without it, your nights become unpredictable and your days become groggy. With it, you unlock deeper, more refreshing rest. It may not sound exciting, but it's one of the most powerful levers for good sleep. Why this checklist works together. Now let's connect the dots. Each of these steps, avoiding caffeine, heavy meals, screens, worries, alcohol, and embracing rituals, movement, environment, relaxation, and consistency, work together like gears in a machine. Miss one, and the system wobbles. Practice them all, and the system runs smooth. The beauty of this checklist is that it's simple but powerful. You don't need expensive gadgets or complicated routines. You just need consistency. And once it becomes a habit, your sleep and your life can improve dramatically. The morning impact. Here's something important. Better sleep doesn't just change your night, it transforms your mornings. Imagine waking up with more energy, sharper focus, and a brighter mood. No more dragging yourself to the kitchen, no more endless cups of coffee just to feel awake. Instead, you rise with clarity, ready to enjoy the day. After 60, every morning matters. And when you get your nights right, your mornings become the best part of life again. Long-term benefits, and it goes even deeper. Consistent, restorative sleep protects your memory, supports your immune system, and even lowers your risk of chronic diseases. Scientists now know that deep sleep acts like a cleaning system for the brain, clearing out toxins linked to memory loss. So every night you improve your sleep, you're also protecting your future. This is more than comfort. It's longevity, vitality, and independence. Overcoming common obstacles. You might be thinking, but I've tried before and it never sticks. That's normal. Change takes patience. The key is starting small. Pick one thing from the checklist and do it tonight. Then add another next week. Over time, these tiny steps build into lasting habits. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Progress, not perfection, is what brings results. If you stayed with me this long, I know you're serious about transforming your sleep. So let me ask, are you ready to commit? If you're watching right now, type 2 in the comments below. Let me know you're in. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you care about. Good sleep isn't just a gift for you, it's a gift you can share with your loved ones. The overlooked optimal method. Now here's the secret most people miss, the method that ties everything together. It's mindful breathing before bed, not just once in a while, but every single night. Here's how. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for a moment, then breathe out gently through your mouth for a count of 6. Do this for just 5 minutes. It signals your nervous system to shift into deep rest mode. combine this with the checklist, and it's like flipping a switch inside your body. Suddenly, sleep doesn't feel like a struggle, it flows naturally. This one practice is the most powerful way to lock in everything we've talked about. So here's the most important takeaway. Sleep after 60 isn't about luck, it's about choices. By avoiding the 5 sleep killers and embracing the 5 sleep boosters, you create a nightly system that restores your body and your mind. Add mindful breathing, and you've got the ultimate tool to age with energy, clarity, and joy. And remember, you might already know some of these steps. They might even seem basic, but the results are truly out of this world when you put them into practice. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these steps will you start tonight? Leave me a comment below and let's build this journey together. And if you found value here, hit subscribe, give this video